last two videos were the honest, sober stuff. Tourism's down, the city's rebuilding its economy. This one's the fun one. Because while everyone's arguing about whether Vegas is finished, there's a wave of construction happening right now that is going to reshape this city by 2027. And if you know where it's landing, you can position yourself in front of it instead of chasing it later. This isn't a cool buildings tour. Every project I'm about to show you is a signal about where the money's going, where the jobs are landing, and where property values tend to follow. New development doesn't just change a skyline, it changes a map of value. And the people who read that map early are the ones who win. So I'm going to walk you through what's actually coming. The Hard Rock, rising where the Mirage used to stand. A brand new heart for North Las Vegas called Hilo Park, and what all of it means for where you should be looking if you're buying, selling, or investing in this valley. And stick around to the end because I'm going to give you my honest take on the single area of the valley I'd watch most closely over the next 2 years, the one where I think the gap between today's price and tomorrow's value is widest. That's the most useful 2 minutes of this whole video. I'm Gwen Lyon. I've lived and worked in Las Vegas for 20 years. I sell real estate, and I have been watching this valley build, tear down, and rebuild. I've seen enough development cycles to know the difference between a shiny press release and a project that actually moves a neighborhood. Let's start with the one that hits locals right in the nostalgia, the Mirage. Every city has years where a lot of things happen to finish all at once. And for Las Vegas, 2027 is shaping up to be one of them. We've got a multi-billion-dollar strip resort reopening, a massive mixed-use development transforming a whole corner of North Las Vegas, and a steady drumbeat of other projects, all maturing in the same window. Why does the timing clustering matter? Because when several big projects deliver close together, they don't just add up, they compound. Jobs, foot traffic, and attention concentrate. This is also the exact moment the economic diversification story from the last video starts to feel physical. You can point at it, not just cite a statistic. For anyone making a real estate decision, what's being built and when does it open is one of the most underrated inputs there is. The projects I'm covering today aren't the only ones, but they're the ones I'd tell a client to actually understand. The honest framing, 2027 isn't magic, but it's a genuine inflection point, and it's close enough that you can plan around it right now. The Hard Rock rises where the Mirage stood. Let's talk about the one that got a lot of us in our feelings. The Mirage, the resort that basically launched the modern strip back in 1989. Closed its doors, volcano and all. What's rising in its place is the Hard Rock Las Vegas. And this is not a light remodel, it's a renovation reported in the neighborhood of $4 billion. The signature piece is already going up, a hotel tower shaped like a giant guitar, an LED lit landmark you'll be able to see from across the valley. Think about what a $4 billion bet means in the middle of all those Vegas is dying headlines. That is a company putting real money on this city's next chapter, not its last one. For a lot of locals, losing the Mirage stung. Those were real jobs. But the honest silver lining is that the site isn't sitting empty, it's getting one of the biggest investments on the strip. This is the counter-narrative in physical form. While the think pieces say decline, the cranes say confidence. My take. Whatever you felt about the Mirage closing, the multi-billion-dollar reinvestment on that exact corner is about the most bullish signal the strip could send. The Hard Rock is being built around live entertainment. Music and events are the resilient, non-gambling draw the city needs. And here's the part I'm personally most excited about. The Hard Rock is leaning hard into live music, and it's building the venue to prove it. The new Hard Rock plan centers on live entertainment spaces, including a newly approved theater in the roughly 2,000 seat range for that intimate, big-name residency feel, plus a larger showroom for bigger concert crowds. 2 differently sized venues is smart. The intimate room for residencies and special nights, and the bigger room for major touring acts. You can program both at once, and this matters beyond the music itself. Concerts and residencies are exactly the event-driven tourism that's holding up while the budget weekend crowd thins out. Live music also gives people a reason to come that has nothing to do with the casino floor. It broadens who Vegas is for. the same way the sports boom did. Every show night is hospitality jobs, restaurant traffic, rideshare demands, an entertainment engine that spins the local economy. The honest read, betting a flagship strip property on live music is a bet on the healthiest part of the tourism market, and I think that's the right bet. Now let's get off the strip because this next one might matter more than anything else I'll mention. It's called Hilo Park. It's a 73-acre mixed-use community rising on old casino land. It brings retail, sports, and homes to a fast-growing, underserved area. I'm going to say it's for North Las Vegas residents, but it's really in the heart of the city. It's right next to Rancho, where the Fiesta and Texas Station casinos used to live. They've been demolished, and they've been rebuilding and rebranding this neighborhood for quite some time. If you go there right now, you'll see a huge dirt lot in the middle of the city, but I promise you, if you build it, they will come. And here comes Hilo Park. It's being built in phases, with grocery and restaurants first, and then a sports and entertainment component with a field, an ice rink, and a practice space for our Golden Knights, and then hundreds of new homes, nearly 400, woven right in there. It's going to be beautiful with walking, parks, and the developer, Agora, has basically said the quiet part out loud. North Las Vegas has been overlooked, and this is about giving that community a gathering place of its own. This is the opposite of a tourist project. It's amenities for people who live here, somewhere to shop, eat, put your kids in hockey, and actually walk to things. I'm really excited about it. Turning demolished casino rubble into a family-friendly town center is exactly the kind of reinvention this whole series is about, just at the neighborhood scale. The honest read, projects like Hilo Park are how you can tell a suburb is graduating from bedroom community to destination in its own right. And why North Las Vegas is the area I'd watch. For buyers and investors looking for the next appreciation story, this Hilo Park area is it. Here's the area I promised I'd single out, and it's North Las Vegas for a few honest reasons. Historically, it's carried an underdog reputation and, frankly, lower price points than Summerlin or Henderson, which is exactly where the room to grow lives. Now you've got a 73-acre project like Hilo Park dropping real amenities into it, plus data center and industrial growth on that side of the valley bringing jobs. The pattern I've watched play out over and over again is amenities and jobs first, and then home values follow as a neighborhood stops being where it's cheap and becomes where it's convenient. I want to be honest and not hype it. An underdog area is underpriced for reasons too. And not every block moves the same. This is about doing the homework, not blindly buying a zip code. But if you're asking me where the gap between today's price and tomorrow's value looks widest in the valley, North Las Vegas is at the top of my personal watch list. The time to look at an area is while it's still being built, not after the ribbon is cut and the price already reflects it. And I'm calling this North Las Vegas. This Rancho area of Hilo Park is not just North Las Vegas. There are zip codes and communities all around this that are going to also feel the appreciation of the value once this place is open. Think downtown Summerlin on Rancho. But out and the Hard Rock and Hilo Park aren't isolated. They're two visible pieces of a much broader building wave across the valley. You've got master plan communities still expanding outward, new commercial and mixed-use projects, and the industrial and data center build-out reshaping the valley's edges. New homes are going up across the valley to house the people these industries and projects are attracting. Supply chasing real demand, not speculation for its own sake. When you see resort investment on the Strip and neighborhood investment in the suburbs and industrial investment on the perimeter, that's not one bet. That's a diversified bet on the whole city. This is what a city investing in its next decade actually looks like on the ground. Cranes in a lot of different neighborhoods at once. It also directly ties back to the video I did previously. Development follows the industries, and the industries follow the tax structure. It's all one big story. The honest read, any single project can disappoint, but the breadth of what's being built is the real signal. This is a city building, not a city retreating. Let's get practical about the real estate mechanics because the new stuff is useless without knowing how it moves value. The pattern is usually about convenience and desirability. When a grocery store, restaurants, a rink, and jobs land near a neighborhood, living there gets easier, and easier tends to become pricier. Proximity is a real premium. Being a short drive from a marquee amenity is something buyers will pay for, and that shows up in comps over time. There's a construction phase reality too. While it's being built, there can be noise, traffic, and dust, which sometimes means orange construction cones all over the city. But it also means today's pricing hasn't caught up due to more convenience yet. That gap between under construction and inconvenient now and finished and desirable later is exactly where informed buyers find opportunity. I caution, honestly, not every project delivers on time or as promised. So you buy the fundamentals of the home and the area and treat the new development as upside, not the whole thesis. My rule for clients: let the new projects be a tailwind on a home that already makes sense, never the only reason you're buying. And what's the best way to position yourself before it's built? What do you actually do with all of this? Here's my honest advice. First, think in terms of the map of value, not the skyline. Ask where jobs and amenities are landing and look 1 or 2 neighborhoods over from where they've already been priced. Second, get in before the ribbon cutting, not after. Once a project opens and everyone can see it, the easy part of the appreciation is usually already in the back. Third, buy a home that stands on its own fundamentals: good bones, good location, a payment that works for you, and let the nearby developments be the bonus. Fourth, do the boring homework. Timelines slip, plans change, and an underdog area is underpriced for reasons worth understanding before you commit. And fifth, the shameless but true part. This is exactly the kind of local on-the-ground read that's really hard to get from a national headline or a Zillow estimate. If you don't live here, you don't see this. It's what a good local agent is actually for. The point isn't to chase hype, it's to see the city's next chapter clearly enough that you can step in on purpose. So while the headlines are busy writing our obituary, the cranes are telling a completely different story. A reborn Mirage, a brand new heart for North Las Vegas, and a valley building for its next decade instead of coasting on its last one. That's the Las Vegas I see when I drive around this city. Not one that's dying, but one that's under construction. And the people who understand where it's building are the ones who will be glad they were paying attention. If any of this has you thinking about where to buy, sell, or invest ahead of the curve, send me a message or drop a comment. Tell me what you're looking for, and I'll tell you honestly where I'd be looking right now and why. No pressure, no pitch, just a real local read on a city that's got a lot more coming than the headlines let on.